You guys are back?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we're super excited to be here. I love the picture with you in the chair, the big red chair there. That's awesome.
That's in
Where was that at?
Florida. In Florida, in the
Oh,
in
so we're
Las
super
Olas.
excited to be here. I love the picture with
Whoops,
you
I
in the chair, the
gotta
big red
pause
chair
this.
there.
Give me a
That's
second
awesome.
here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Awesome.
Okay, good. So now that's live. So we are live and ready to rock and roll. So if you guys have anybody you need to text, be sure to get them on the meeting. But yes, we are going to be talking about this phenomenal product. Now, if you don't know about this product, you're about to learn something about this that's going to change your life, and we're super excited, obviously, to partner with you guys. So the one thing that's great about obviously the technology we have here tonight is that it's not on trial. It's not something that I got to really do something. But when you research this and you understand how powerful this is, it's amazing how your life changed. So just to give you a little background on me, my background's in business consulting. I've been working with business consultants, or sorry, business owners for over 30 years. My wife actually is an attorney from South Africa, and very, very skeptical, and we'll talk a little more about that when it came to any kind of business like this or anything like a patch or a sticker, some people say. But for me, I had a car accident back in 2016, and unfortunately, I had someone plow in the back of my car going about 60 miles an hour, is what they guesstimate, and basically totaled my car. Actually, I hit a van in front of me who hit a truck in front of them, so my car became an accordion, and so did my spine. It damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. So you can only imagine chiropractic, acupuncture, acupressure, every kind of STEM technology, every type of thing I could use, CBDs, essential oils, everything that I could use to help mitigate the challenges that I had. The biggest challenge that I had really was more or less just all the different discomfort, major discomfort that I had. And really then on 9/11/2021, those was a 20-year anniversary of 9/11, I injured my knee and an exercise we did. We went up a 5-story building 18 times that basically ended up messing my knee up, that affected my hip months later. So I had 5 issues on my body, really bad. And my friend told me about this patch. And I said, and he told me about a friend of his that had actually a car accident that within a week, she had all her major discomfort basically went to like almost nothing. And I said, I like that idea. And she actually had surgeries from her accident. I avoided the surgeries by doing all kinds of different stuff. And for me, 3 days later, using this patch, no more discomforts for me. Everything changed. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? And everything changed. And so for me, the one thing I want to do is I want to share with you what we saw, some of the information that we were able to access. The biggest part to this that I want you to understand is that this technology is real. It's phenomenal. It's something that when we talk to people about this, there we go. We talk to people about this, we make sure people understand that when you use this, it does take time. And just like anything else, but what it does is starts elevating copper peptides that activate your stem cells that regenerate your body. So we're going to play a quick 3-minute video that explains more in 3 minutes. I can explain 30 minutes because I want you to understand the power behind this, the power behind the team that we're a part of, the power behind the company that we're a part of, and the power behind the inventor who has over 200 patents. So check this out. You might want to take notes on this alone. It's pretty powerful. Here you go.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
That is absolutely a phenomenal video. And the thing I love about the video is we're in a lot of those scenes. You just can't see us because they scroll through it so fast. But any of the different meetings that you saw, the different events, we were at those events. And it's absolutely phenomenal, the parts that we get to play and get the people that we get to know. And so we got a chance to get to know David Schmidt, but we didn't know anything about the company. Never heard of LifeWave, never heard of David Schmidt, didn't know anything about the patch, never heard of the X39 until our friend Ken told us about it. And so David Schmidt, when we found out more about him, I was like, oh my goodness. So you talk about, once again, he's a CEO and inventor of X39. Not too many people in the world have over 200 patents. He's one of these Elon Musk kind of people that literally is a genius and actually takes the future of basically the stuff that's in the future and brings it to today. So he's a scientist and inventor specializing in age reversing. Thank God for people like this, right? And so in 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research. And this recent product, this recent patent took 10 years. $4.5 million to bring to the market. So thank God that he was diligent about this because he knew that this was going to change people's lives. What really changed for me is when my wife got involved, because she was very negative at first, to be honest. She said, what's this sticker thing or whatever? But it was undeniable when she said, the first thing that the patch helped her out was her hearing, because I stopped complaining. So she didn't hear me whining and complaining anymore. But again, when she started reading the patent and started reading in here, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells in the patent, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation in the patent, and management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production in the patent, and improvements of wound healing. All those things are huge. So I've experienced this. We've got people all over the world that have experienced this personally that we know, and it's been amazing because for her, she goes, okay, you can't patent a placebo, because she thought maybe it was like in my mind. I'm like, no, this is real. I can do things I couldn't do before. And literally at the age of 52, I felt like I was in my 60s or going in my 70s. At the age of 55, now I feel like literally I'm in my 30s, going my 20s. I think I just turned 29 a couple weeks ago. So I'm super excited about the reverse aging part of this, and you can check the patent out yourself. But really what I didn't realize was that really your stem cells make up every organ in your body, make up every part of your body. As you become basically older and older, your stem cells become more dormant. So think about it, your stem cells start regenerating your body. So as a baby, you start growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Well, the stem cells are a big part of that. But by the time you're 30, you now have only 50% of the activity that you had when you were younger. And now at the age of 60, for people, they have maybe 5 to 10% maybe based upon their lifestyle. So the part I always look at is, I said, think about it. When you're 8 years old, if you break your arm, what happens? All the stem cells say, let's go, let's go, let's go. And they basically start repairing. They become the bone, the marrow, the tissue, the skin, they become the nerve cells, anything they need to become to repair that back to the original state. And sometimes even talk about even makes it even stronger than it was originally, which is pretty amazing. But the interesting part is when you're 55, the stem cells go, you go. No, you go. I don't want to go, right? And so what happens though is that your body starts aging, and you start basically not repairing like you used to. But when you start activating your stem cells, now like, let's go, and things start being repaired. I'm going to share a couple of things with you tonight that's pretty awesome. But again, What happens is that opportunity happens by creating solutions. So what the solutions are is, once again, the current problems is that most people don't realize that their stem cells are going dormant. They just feel it. They just feel the results of aging. I was talking to a young, not a young guy, he's an older gentleman working at the LA Fitness. I just worked out this morning and met this guy. And he actually was talking about he had a kidney replacement. He had this and this and this. I said, I'm sure you know some other people that have some challenges, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, I would love to hear more about this. And then he pointed me to the guy that basically the manager, the general manager of the place. And now we're gonna be starting working with this local gym specifically. They got locations all over the place, really all over the country. But the cool thing about this is that from a business standpoint, everybody I talk to goes like, I didn't understand that. I didn't know my stem cells were dormant. That's why I feel the way I do, right? But what does LifeWave offer? Stem cell reactivation. So many people are struggling also financially. So we offer income generating business. And so we are now on the pursuit looking for people. That's why you were invited here. People who want to take advantage of this opportunity to help people and also financially be helped in that process and help other people financially, which is very cool. So how X39 works is pretty simple. It really is, from a standpoint, it's you peel and you stick it. You basically put it on and basically work for 12 hours. We'll talk about that, but really it's a form of phototherapy. A lot of people have heard of like red light therapy and this and that, but we all experience this in our lifetime because we live in the Sunshine State. We live here in Florida. So today was a beautiful day, a little cold for Florida. It was a cool day, but it was very sunny. So what happens is the sun's rays go and hit our skin. Basically, when they hit our skin, our skin is our biggest organ and elevates things in our body, like vitamin D, right? And what's interesting about that is that with the vitamin D being elevated, it helps a lot of other areas of our body, which is fantastic. But the sun's not pushing out vitamin D. It's pushing out a frequency of light that interacts with our skin, which is our biggest organ, that elevates the vitamin D in our body. Well, what this patch does, it has patented nanocrystal technology in the patch that literally has no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. It reflects our own light. We emit heat and light 24/7. Once again, if I put night vision goggles on, we all glow in the dark. And when you realize that we emit infrared light 24/7, so what the patch does, it basically reflects our own light back into our body like a mirror. That's what took 10 years to basically figure out basically how to do that. And the invention of this is absolutely brilliant. And so it's non-transdermal. So nothing goes into your body. It's just reflecting it like a mirror, reflecting your own light. And basically now it's non-invasive and starts activating and elevating things in your body, which is huge. So some of the benefits, you saw them obviously in the patent, but I'm talking about increased strength, reduced inflammation, which is huge. Inflammation is the root cause of every disease and every dis-ease, right? And once again, increased stamina, which is amazing. It's, now it's 8:15 at night. And literally, I've been sleeping 6 hours from now, so literally in South Africa, but because of this product, I don't have jet lag, which is pretty amazing. So talking about increased stamina, energy and vitality. I apologize. I should be probably speaking slower, but I've got a lot of energy here in the evening because of amazing product. Mental clarity. This is a game changer, guys. I'm telling you. You know how many people are telling me, I'm like thinking clearly now. It's like me. I had brain fog. I had actually COVID, back in 2021, and still in 2022 when I tried this product, I still had brain fog. And I'm like, what is this? They call it long COVID is some of the names they call it, whatever it is. But the challenge that was with that is I couldn't process correctly. As you can tell, I think fast, I talk fast. It was like, I felt like I was in slow motion. I even told my wife, I go, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of the word. I can't think of the person's name. You ever done that? You walk into a room and you go, why am I in here? What is this? And you walk back into the room that you started from, right? And you go, hopefully, that's what I remember. But you walk back in there and you go, wait a minute, I forgot again, So that doesn't happen anymore. It's pretty awesome. So Gina Merritt, who we work with, she said, Steve doesn't forget his keys anymore. He doesn't forget where his wallet's at. He's got to remember stuff. That's called mental clarity. It's a very cool thing. So restored muscle and skeletal conditions. I'll tell you real quick, a testimony for me. I went to my chiropractor. He couldn't even adjust me. He said, you're in perfect homeostasis. He goes, what are you doing? And when I told him about the patch, he was blown away. And what's the amazing part is I walked there going, oh my gosh, because my body started actually getting back to restoring like it was supposed to prior to the incident that I had, the accident that I had. Improvement in sleep. My wife sleeps like a rock. I've always had problems sleeping, but I had problems once again trying to shut my brain down and everything else. Here, you literally go to bed and you go to sleep. It's absolutely amazing. You wake up refreshed, rejuvenated, revived. It's pretty amazing. It improves skin appearance. My wife had all kinds of skin irritations. We've had all kinds of people that have had all kinds of challenges with their skin. This has improved them dramatically because of the increase in collagen levels. So once again, we talk about achieving optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. If you like that idea, keep watching. So once again, the long-term results of this are massive, if you understand this. So you can watch or take a look at some of the case studies on thisisit.info.com talking about these different things. But the first thing they talk about, I still don't understand this. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger, healthier state. All I understand is that it's a third of our genes in our body start resetting. So your body goes into a reboot and basically starts acting younger within days. Pretty amazing, right? Your brain becomes balanced typically within weeks, usually about 5-6 weeks later, they notice the brain is balanced. That's a huge thing, especially for a lot of my friends. They need brain balance. Anyway, so collagen levels increase, which is amazing. We talk about that, and it usually takes several months to do that. But what happens by doing that, we've heard people 200, 300, 400% increases in collagen levels when they get tested. Once again, heart reverses in age. 6 months into it, they've done studies and they figure out that people's hearts is reversing in age. So your cardiovascular, that's a number one killer, which is huge. So even going back to the genes resetting, we've had other people talk about, well, that they've used supplements, use other things that reset genes. And usually there's a product in there called resveratrol, which is found in red wine that resets genes. But the difference is it resets 2 genes. This resets 4,000, just a little bit of difference, right? That's why David Schmidt said this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So once again, that's a pretty bold statement, but he can prove it scientifically and you'll feel it physically and mentally in every area of your life. So how we wear this, pretty simple. Take the patch, peel and stick, put it on. They recommend back of the neck. If you feel in the back of your neck, there's a bone back there on your spine. You feel that bump back there. That's your C7. I'm learning all these things myself. I learned this from my chiropractor too. He goes, yeah, that's the perfect placement. Where they tell you to place it, that's the best spot because it's a hot spot. It's where your central nervous system connects to the rest of your body. The other place is below your belly button, 12 hours a day. I put it on 9 o'clock in the morning. My alarm is going to go off in 20 minutes and tell me to take my patch off. Once again, you want to elevate, activate, and regenerate during the day. And then at night, I take it off, throw it out, 9 o'clock tonight, take my patch off, throw it out. It's because you want to rest, repair, and rejuvenate. Just like working out, just like everything else, you want to activate and stimulate, but you also want to rest and rejuvenate. And then the other thing is drink lots of good water. We recommend good water because again, here in the United States, I was in South Africa and all the water you buy is all mineral water and even has a mineral content in that. And that's what we need. We need minerals. Most of the water here in the United States is purified water. Nothing wrong with that, except for they need to remineralize the water. 95% of the water that's basically purified is not remineralized properly. So you need to supplement with minerals, and we can make recommendations. A person can make recommendations, even a new product that we actually have that we can talk about with that too. So again, how we wear it, pretty simple. Very, very simple. Stick it on, take it off at night, boom, and literally go move from there. So again, there's some amazing testimonials, and I could go on and on about the different testimonials, but I do want to share a couple different things because they are very emotional and life-changing. But is it getting attention from doctors? Yes, all over the world. So we got a couple doctors I'll highlight real quick. Dr. Adam Shiner, who's actually in Tampa here. My wife and I got a chance to meet him at the very first convention that Steve and Gina Merritt put together here. And we had talked to them because we waited in line to get lunch. And so for about a half an hour, we picked his brain and he started talking about the benefits from this. And so one of the things he talked about was he said the results that people are getting from this product is amazing because he heard about the wound healing. And so he said, I bet this will help the people with recover faster from the plastic surgery that he does. Now, he's an MD and a plastic surgeon. And when he does the plastic surgery on their face, it takes normally 6 weeks to 8 weeks to recover. So figure a month and a half to 2 months to recover. Well, he started using the patches 30 days prior. So sending people a sleeve of 30 patches a month prior to the procedure. Now the recovery time is 7 to 10 days. Think about that for a second. That's absolutely huge. And your body will basically do stuff that what did when you were younger, right? When you're like 8 years old, I always use the example of 8 years old, right? So he said, if you want to work with me, you must use this patch, right? Because the results are just amazing. He had people all over the world flying in because of his, not only his procedure, but because of the recovery, which is amazing. So the other one is actually Dr. Leland Stillman. Here's another person that I could highlight thousands of doctors, right? But let's just highlight 2 of them. Dr. Leland Stillman is an expert in photobiomodulation. That's a big word meaning light therapy, right? And what that means is that he basically understands how this works, everything else. But at first he's like, what's this little tiny patch going to do? Then the person that was talking to him just kept on sending him testimonials, sending him information, sending him different things about it. He goes, you know what? I'll try it. He says it makes sense because he's got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of machines that basically do this light therapy and stuff, like red light therapy beds and everything else. And he realized that was high level intensive therapy for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Or this is low levels therapy for 12 hours a day. He said, I bet it'll work in conjunction. He was blown away. You got to watch the video on the website we have, thisisit.info.com. It's the 5th video down. When you watch this, you'll be like, whoa, it's pretty amazing. So he talks about this. If you want to work with me, you must use this product because they understand how powerful this is, right? So again, I was going to play a video, but I'm going to skip that today because again, I just want you to understand how powerful this is. But once again, go to thisisit.info.com. The reason I tell people that, because it's got all the patents, it's got all the details, it's got at the very top here, you'll see basically the patents and the details. You got the homepage that you can scroll through and look at all the different things we were just sharing right now. Also the testimonials page. Click on the testimonials page because it's going to blow you away all the different challenges that people are having, and you'll have all the videos that are testimonials of people sharing what it's done for them. So again, I'm going to highly recommend going there. The next thing that you want to do is you want to research the company a little bit. And I tell people all the time, I'll do a little bit of research for you. So the thing that we did is we researched it, took a look at it, and was like, whoa, this has been around. At the time we got started, it was already around for about 18 years, actually about 18 years at that point. And I'm like going, never heard of it, but didn't realize that when they launched this product in 2020, literally the company was consistently doing about $20 million consistently. You can see what happened here. 320, 430, 600. Basically, they're going to be $1 billion company doing for $100 million a month in the next few months. So if you understand where things are going, if you ever want to be part of something big, this is massive. Some people go, does a company have stock? I'm like, yeah, you become a brand partner, you get the profit sharing if you like that idea. So that's what we've been able to profit from. It's pretty cool. So we're kind of explaining that. But the company's over 20 years old now, over 75 countries. In fact, we were in South Africa and they said 86 or something, 87 countries, I believe is what they said. So I'll take the word for it. That was a corporate talking more about it. But again, they're also ranked #1 in momentum growth, fastest growing network in the entire world, absolutely phenomenal. And what we tell people all the time, this is the greatest medical breakthrough or the greatest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine. We've been saying this for a long time. And all of a sudden, just a month ago, we got the Lifeway won the 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Award. Kind of a cool name, isn't it, right? So this Lifeway product wins the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year in 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Award. Basically, thousands of nominations from over 15 different countries a part of this, and they won that award. And again, this is one of many, many, many awards, and they're going to be winning awards for decades to come because how impressive this product is. It's pretty amazing. So the part that I want to share with you now, and the last thing, we're going to take about another 10 minutes on this, explain a little bit more about how you can actually participate in the profit from this. Because again, if you're on here because you want to find out the product, great. But I'd like for you to think about also if you could get this product for free. If you get the product for free, that'd be kind of cool, right? Well, what if you could make enough money from this that starts generating a secondary income? Could be a pretty substantial income. We started generating a pretty substantial income pretty quickly, and I'll talk more about that. But they have a system in place. So the This Is It team is that we're a part of, and basically that system allows you to duplicate your efforts. And so how that happens is by developing a network. So the first thing I want to talk to you about, most importantly than anything else, is what's important in your life. Because for me, my dreams, my goals are different than yours. Everybody's different. And I love these pictures here because this represents families, it represents time, it represents freedom, it represents a lot of different things for people. And again, the part that I love about this is that, once again, if you think about the #1 priority for us, for me personally, is my relationship with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? That's for me personally, that's where I'm at, that's my #1 priority. The #2 priority is my relationship with my family, with my wife, my kids, my siblings, the people that we have. Once again, most important part of that, right? The third thing is, once again, it was a job at that time, and the fourth thing was this business. Those are the priorities that we prioritize for people. So when you think about it, right now, there's a lot of people during the holiday season, during the Christmas season, during New Year's, that I just talked to the guy yesterday, and he has to work New Year's Eve, he's got to work New Year's Day. I don't think he's pretty excited about that. I don't think he really wanted to do that. But I said, thank you for helping out, because I know a lot of people would like to have the days off like that. And I didn't feel like jabbing him, but that's what I felt like I was doing after I said, I'm like, oh, that's not probably pretty nice. He probably doesn't like the idea of doing that. And he's pretty elderly. He's probably in his, I'm guessing, mid to late 70s. And so the part that I want you to understand is time with family is critical. You can't get it back. I can tell you all the time that everybody I talk to, they said, man, I wish I would have spent more time with my family. I wish I would have spent more time with my friends. I wish I would have spent more time doing the things that I enjoy, right? And so time is a big part of this. So what about security? Is that important to you? I'll tell you right now, if it's not important to you, it's important to your spouse. The #1 need of a woman is security, but both from a protection standpoint and financial security. And the reason that most people have challenges in their marriage right now is because they don't have a financial stability, and don't have the security they want. What if we could help you correct that? If you like that idea, then once again, we're gonna show you how to do that. The other thing is people love to travel. This is a huge thing. This is something, like I said, we just got back from South Africa. We did about 3.5 months of traveling this year. So if you like that idea, last year we did about 4 months of traveling, because what happened for me, the number one thing that's not on here right now is a word called independence. So when I saw this business, I wanted out of my job. My job basically had a mentorship management that turned into a tour mentorship management. If you understand how that works, if you guys have ever had gone through micromanagement type things, it's not a good place to be. It was a toxic environment, and I didn't like it anymore. I said, I want out of this. When I saw this business, I said, this is my way out. Within 14 months, we were able to replace my 6-figure income, and we quadrupled it since then. It's almost quintupled now, if that's the right word, right? But if you understand, imagine if you had 4 times your income. How would your life change on the side of what you're doing? How would your life change? I basically was able to walk away from my job. Months later, basically fired my job, not getting fired. I fired them. I said, yeah, I make more money part-time than you're paying me full-time. So hasta la vista, baby. And so literally I said, give someone else my job who needs it, right? And so what's cool about that is that then we start traveling. Last month we had, like I said, last year we had 4 months travel. This year we had over 3.5 months of travel. My wife actually traveled more than 4 months. But again, that's the thing you want to think about. Where would you like to go? Where would you like to travel to? And we have travel incentives in this. We have actually incentive trips that you can actually earn by actually being in this business. We've won so far 8 of them, about to win our 9th, which is pretty cool, in the past 2 years. Other things, better health. How important is your health? Why am I spending time on this? Because I want you to really think about it, because again, there's a lot of opportunities that you may have come across, but this is such a unique opportunity. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. And I want you to think about your dreams, your goals, what you want to accomplish. Because when you start focusing on your dreams, guess what happens? You start accomplishing them, especially when you have a vehicle that can help you do that. How about better health for you, your friends, your family? I guarantee you're thinking of already people that you know that have challenges that we spoke about. It's going to help them too. How about less debt? How about zero debt? That's what we're on the road this year. We're going to be 2026. We're going to be completely out of debt, zero debt. We're helping other people do the exact same thing. We got friends of ours, actually some friends around here. They're going to be out of debt next year. Other people do the same thing. We're helping them do the same thing. If you like that idea, paying cash for everything, and when you go to a store, you just buy something. If you want to buy it, you buy it. You don't look at the price tag and go, oh my gosh. When you look at the menu, you don't go, oh well, okay, I guess I'm getting the pasta again, right? Instead of getting the lobster that you want, whatever it is. Be able to have that independence of what you want to do. But that's how things change. I thank God for Ken and Diana Burke. He was doing the meeting tonight specifically. He said, Greg, would you mind doing the meeting for me tonight? I want to spend time with my family. I said, yep, I got you covered, man. Not a problem, right? But I want you to think about, what is your time worth? What would you do if you quadrupled your income? How would your life change? You pick the number, 10x your income, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to share this with you right now. So take a couple more minutes. I'll explain this real quick, because what happens is that we become a brand partner with LifeWave. So you're an independent business owner, become a brand partner, you start your own business with them. And now as a brand partner, we get the product at wholesale. Kind of cool, right? Well, the second part is when we start sharing it with other people, now we can start actually making money from this. So what happens, you start earning some money on a weekly basis. This is weekly, not monthly, that you can start earning as you start growing and growing and growing and growing. So what happens is that as you start growing the business, the income you can make actually grows and grows and grows. So as you help more people become successful, you become more successful. And it's set up as a network, which is awesome. So just basically it's by just getting people started, putting on the left side, on the right side, we call it a binary. By doing that, this is one of 9 ways that you can actually earn in this business. And I'm only going to highlight a couple of them today, but I want you to understand what can happen here. So in this one way, you can earn up to $25,000 a week. Now, if you don't understand that, that's over $1 million a year. This $1.3 million a year you can actually earn just from this 1 out of 9 ways. Now, again, is it going to happen overnight? No, we can't guarantee anything. We can't guarantee a penny, but I can guarantee if you follow the program and the system we have, we can start helping you generate some money that also will start growing and growing and growing and compounding over time, which is pretty huge. So how we get started is, once again, they have some business launch bonuses, and how we get started, we call it out of the gate in 48. So my goal is, let's help you get registered. Basically, in the next 48 hours, we want to help you start making your money back like this. So by doing that, you find someone on your left, someone on your right. So this could be your sister, this could be your best friend, right? So out of the gate in 48, we basically help you start 2 people, and they're going to give you an additional $25 bonus by helping those people. Basically do that for up to 9 weeks so you can actually earn that. But then our goal is left and right by Monday night. We want to help another one left, another one right within a week from now. So our goal is basically within the first week, we'll help you put 2 people in the right, 2 people left, and we're going to help you do that by time into a Zoom, by making some 3-way calls, what we can do to help you. Now you're making over $50 a week. Now again, it doesn't seem like a lot, but an extra $200 a month just ask your boss tomorrow. Just say, hey, by the way, I need extra money. Can I get an additional $200 a month? That would be like literally a miracle for people to say, oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're worth it. Let me give it to you. In fact, I'll give you 2,000 a month, right? People, they're like going, oh, well, we're cutting back budgets. What if you could earn the extra money, right? Now, this is just a little bit. Now I want to talk about a lot of it, right? Now I want to talk about the next thing. This is something called unlimited. It's one of the 9 ways that we make money. This is the big boy. I want you to pay attention to this real quick. This is basically like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the goose that lays the golden egg, if you understand that story, right? Because what happens here is as you get started and start bringing people in, that's generation 1. Out of generation 1, depending on the level you're at, you get a percentage of what that person's making. So if they're making $1,000 a month, let's say that you basically get to the point where you're, well, let's just say even 5%. You basically be making $50 a month. Doesn't seem like a lot, or a week. I'm sorry, $1,000 a week. You make $50 a week. Doesn't seem like that. But imagine you having 10 people that are like this, and then you start moving up and getting more and more and more, and their business starts growing and growing and growing, right? Well, what if you had 10 people here? Now we've got over 200 we personally sponsor, but imagine you personally, and because it's unlimited, but generation 1, imagine you just had 10 people. Now what if these 10 people found 10 people? Now you get 10 people here and you got 100 people here, right? 110 people, you get a percentage here and you get a percentage of these people. What if these 10 people bring in 10 people? Right? Is it going to happen that way? No, but I just want to make you understand that these percentages they get smaller and smaller, but the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's 10, that's 100, that's 1,000, that's 10,000, that's 100,000. You understand what can happen here? So what happens from this is that it's not based upon yourself. You're in business for yourself. You're not business by yourself. So we all work together as a team. But the best part about this, our goal is to help you make as much money as possible. So what do I want to do? I want to help you actually I want to help you make as much money as possible. I want to help you maximize this bonus, get basically 25,000. Why? Because we get a piece of that. We get a percentage of that. So we're incentivized to help you become successful. So we work together with you to help you do that. So if you like that idea, again, I'd recommend, partnering with the person who invited you. But this one way you can earn up to $20,000 per person per week. Now, is that going to happen overnight? This is a 5, 10, 15, 20-year program. But if you understand the kind of money that can be made, you imagine making over $1 million off of each person per year, right? Imagine you had 10 of those people. Think about that for a second. What if you had 100 of those people? Kind of crazy. It's unlimited. So what's cool about this is you think about our business compared to conventional business, and I'll wrap up with this, 2 more quick little things. Conventional business, high startup costs. This is low startup costs. You're going to see it in a second. Basically, you can start with a credit card. High risk with most businesses. This is really no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and there's no risk whatsoever. And when you understand that, it's pretty awesome. Think about conventional business has long hours. I've been working with business owners for over 30 years. Trust me, I know the hours they work, the costs they have, the headaches they have, everything else. This, you get to make your own schedule. We built this, my wife being an attorney, me being basically a full-time employee, along with other things that we were doing, other businesses that we had. Basically, we said I was focusing on my job and focusing on this. And literally, we made our own schedule, and with like I said, within 14 months, replaced my income. If you like that idea, we can help you do the same thing even quicker if you understand that. Trial and error with most businesses. It's like it takes 5 to 7 years to develop a system. We got a proven system that's been worked for decades, right? So it's been pretty amazing how this works, and it works every single time if you do the right things. Limited earning potential typically with businesses is limited. This is unlimited. I just showed that to you. Now, the one thing I want you to understand is LifeWave makes no promises, no guarantees, regarding the income, the success and failure of each LifeWave brand partner. It's basically based upon you. So basically, it's based upon your time, your effort, what it is. I can't guarantee you anything, but I do want to make sure you have some comparisons to this. So the last thing I'll talk to you about, again, is how to get started. Pretty simple. When you get started, you basically, normally I've got an application here, but I didn't know I was doing the meeting tonight, but I basically have an app in my lap almost everywhere I go. So basically, you can get registered. So really, you can pay retail all day long. It's $150 for a sleeve, but we don't pay retail. We don't charge people retail. We help everybody to get it at wholesale. Why? Because even if someone says, I'm just interested in a product, let me help them get it at the wholesale price. So, because I want them to be a customer of mine forever, right? But as a brand partner, you can find other brand partners. There's really 4 ways to get started. So once again, a core is basically getting 3 sleeves of X39, which is basically, for one person, a 90-day supply, which is really what you want to do, because it takes typically about 90 days to start seeing the results from this business, or from the product itself. For me, it was 3 days. I've had a lot of one-patch wonders, but David Schmidt said 97% of people see results within 90 days. 97%. Not pretty bad odds. You might be a 3%er, but I doubt it. So we want to get you started with that. But again, for people, this is for people who just want to try the product. But if you're interested from a business standpoint, you want to get the advanced plus the premium. You can get whatever pack you want. I recommend the premium. So the advanced plus, they give you a discount. So now it's only $89 for a 30-day supply, and you get 6 sleeves of this. It's because you can use it for yourself, for your spouse, or you can utilize it to help other people out. Now, we don't give people sleeves, we don't give people patches. We recommend what Steve and Gina Merritt, who are the most successful people in the company, what they recommend is you can lend people a patch when they get registered. So we got the premium pack. We got the biggest pack. I want the best price. If it would have been a 50 pack, I would have got a 50 pack. I saw the vision of this. I said, oh my goodness, we want to help people. And when Steve and Gina told us that what you want to do is when someone registers, you can lend them one of your sleeves, brand new sleeve. And when their product comes in 4, 5, 6 days later, they can give you one back. So when we meet with people, if someone's local to us, we can't do this. We have business all over the world, but today we can basically lend this to somebody. So if I'm local to them, it's my neighbor, somebody I know down the street, or someone I know in the area where I live. So tell you what, let's meet up at the local coffee shop. I'll basically get you registered. I'll lend you one of my sleeves so you can start it today. You want to get started today, right? They're like, yeah, I want to start using this product. Great. I'll lend you mine, and then let's meet up next week, same day, same time, and you just give me one back. Does that make sense? And people are like, yeah, that makes sense. So we call it place and replace. We started placing, replacing, and that was it. We made this money back literally in 2.5 weeks. Now think about that. We were in the black the very first month. Our very first month, we made almost $3,000. So how did we make that? Because we started placing and replacing, helping people get started on premium, advanced, and core. By doing that, you start making money from that by doing that alone. You're going to want to talk to people because they explain more about that specifically on that. And we help people basically get set up so they can start using the product and continue using the product. It is absolutely brilliant. So with this, also, we didn't have to buy any product for 90 days, and we basically get set up for 2 sleeve subscription. So if you started today, you're covered for December, even though there's a couple days left, but you're covered for January, February, so you don't have to buy anything to basically the end of March. If you sign up on the premium, that's what I would suggest based upon your finances. You figure out what's best for you. You can start anywhere you want to. You can upgrade entities if you want to down the road. It just makes sense. We want to give you the best product at the best price, right? So the last part to this, again, is the system we have. We got this is at team.com, which teaches you the system of what we do, how we do it. This is at info is what we use to share with everybody. Hopefully they gave the information to you tonight so you can go to this is at info, get that information, get everything else, get started, learn more about this product, and send other people to the website too. I'm not a scientist. I tell people, that's a great question. Hey, let me send you this is info. Check out the information on there, right? Check out the testimonials, check out everything else. That's the best tool we have. So really now's the time to make a move. If you're serious about your dreams and you like what we talked about, there really is hope for your future. There really is hope for what you've been looking for. I know I was struggling. I was looking for different things to get me out of my JOB. The JOB was no longer for me. I like the idea of BYOE, be your own business or be your own boss, right? So that's where we are today, right? So that's what we want you to understand is now's your time to make a move. Get started, get today, make 2026 the best year ever. It will literally be your best year ever. And I'm telling you right now, freedom is amazing and it's real. It's something you can accomplish if you want to. We'll help you work with that. If you're part of our team, if you say, hey, Greg, and man, will you work with us? The answer is yes. We're going to help you become successful in this because the people that worked with us took the time to do that too. So get started today. Basically, get the package that we recommend that. Most importantly is that we have other meetings starting actually next week that you definitely want to tie into. We got a lot of things for people in New Year's. We're doing a lot of individual meetings, but definitely talk to the person who invited you here. But I'm so glad that we had this. So Chuck, did you want to say something real quick?
I just want to introduce you to Jill Ruggieri. You said you want to meet her earlier. She has a restaurant background, so she's on this call tonight. So Jill, meet Greg.
Jill, very nice to meet you. I don't know if you're able to say hi real quick, but I was going to say I'm so glad that she said something about you having a place on the hill in St. Louis. I love Italian food and I love the hill. So if we're going to become very good friends. But welcome to the team. Chuck and Diane are amazing. They're awesome, phenomenal leaders. So we actually highly recommend tying in with them. And like I said, let us know how we can help out because I come to St. Louis at least a couple of times a year, several times a year. And every time we go, I want to go to the hill. So I want to go to your place and check it out. So thank you for the Chuck. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So like I said, we'll let you guys go, but more importantly than anything else, if you got questions, get back to the person who invited you. The most important thing is just what Chuck did there. Introduce people to us so we can help them out. And like I said, look forward to where there she is. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there. I'm sitting in my car, so it's it's dark. I'm sitting in my daughter's driveway. So very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to meeting you next time I come to St. Louis. And again, talk with Chuck and Diane about some of the meetings we have planned and some of the things that we're doing. But again, so the place do you work for a place, or do you have your own restaurant there on the hill?
So we don't have our restaurant anymore. My husband's he's still running a senior living facility, actually. So, but we had a restaurant. He's been in the business since he's been 14 and he's in his 60s. So he's been in it a long time.
So what they say on the hill, so you're good with the pots and the pans, right? So
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I look forward to meeting you, Greg.
absolutely. Thank you so much. And it looks like
All
you're a
right,
little chilly
take
there in
care.
St. Louis. I don't know why it's cold there. for
It's
some reason.
cold. It's really cold. I think it's in the teens.
We'll talk to Chuck about coming to Hawaii with us this year. So there's a lot of incentive trips. So if you like that idea, we're gonna be doing that too. So, well, very nice
Sounds
meeting you,
good.
Jill. Well, God
Nice
bless you.
meeting
Thank you
you.
for jumping on tonight. Nice meeting you
All
too.
right.
God bless you
Bye-bye.
guys. Have a great night tonight. Happy New Year. Let's make this next year the best year ever, because this is the time that if you say, I want to help people, want to bless people, man, you're going to be blessed abundantly by helping as many people as possible. So once again, Joyce, great seeing you too. So bless you guys. Have an amazing day. Thanks again, Chuck, for partnering with me tonight and helping me out. So have you guys have an amazing night. Get back together with the person who invited you, and let's help you get started. I wanted to say welcome to the team. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joyce. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much.
All righty.